Good day everyone! For this video, we will tackle about the methods of cooking seafood, as well as storing fish and shellfish. Knowing how to prepare and cook fish and shellfish products properly is a skill that is easy to come by. The great thing about fish and seafood is that they're often prepared in the simplest of ways. This makes a great meal very quick. Here are our learning targets for this lesson. Number 1, I can describe the methods of cooking seafood. Number 2, I can describe how to properly store seafood. Cooking shellfish. Most shellfish can be cooked using any of the basic methods for fish while observing similar guidelines. Shellfish generally has more connective tissue and therefore will firm up when cooked. In all cases, using slower and gentler cooking methods with a minimal amount of time will result in a moist and tender outcome. Crabs. Because most crab meat is cleaned and cooked, they can be used in a variety of preparations from simply heating the crab legs or prepared in stuffing and crab cakes. Fresh crab can be steamed or sautéed or deep-fried. Clams. These are used in chowders, soups, and stews. Smaller clams can be eaten raw or steamed, while larger clams can be stewed, braised, or deep-fried. Crustaceans. This should be cooked minimally because they can get dry and rubbery if overcooked. Squid is also called calamari and can be tenderized by scoring the connective tissue of the body. It is often deep-fried but can also be stewed or braised. Quick cooking is best because squid can become quite tough and will need to be cooked a long time to tenderize. Cuttlefish can be treated similar to squid in cooking and handling techniques. Lobsters can be poached, steamed, grilled, broiled, and sautéed. Mussels. These are commonly steamed or stewed and can also be fried. Octopus. They can be tenderized by pounding or tumbling or by braising, simmering, and steaming. This can also be eaten raw. Oysters can be eaten raw but can also be used in soups, stews, deep-fried, or baked. Shrimp are commonly prepared by steaming, simmering, sautéing, grilling, and poaching. Methods of cooking fish and shellfish. Baking. It is an ideal method for cooking whole fish. This method is also applicable when cooking large fish fillets, steaks, or fish, or when cooking crustaceans like prawns and lobsters, etc. Barbecuing and grilling. It is most suitable for fish which is larger, meatier, or fattier. Fish steaks such as swordfish or salmon work well, and oily fish such as sardines and mackerel are also great as the higher fat means they are less prone to sticking. Deep frying is a fast method of cooking small whole fish. This method is also best for cooking breaded prawns, battered fish fillets, or shellfish. Shallow frying. This is a quick method for cooking small amounts of fillets, steak, or small whole fish. The fish must be protected with some sort of coating. A more common coating is of course flour. The oil should just come just under halfway up the pan and must be preheated before adding the fish. Stir frying. It is done in a large shallow pan or a wok. This method is especially good for fast and easy cooking of small pieces of fish or shellfish. The most important factor in stir frying is that all items are prepared and assembled before the oil is heated. Vegetables must be cut in even-sized strips. Poaching. This method is applied when the fish is gently cooked in a liquid such as milk, wine, water, or stock. Whole fish may take 15 to 20 minutes. Just like with all the other methods, check regularly and remove from heat as soon as the flesh flakes easily. Steaming. It is a healthy cooking method that brings out the natural characteristics of fish and shellfish. Steaming is a particularly popular method for cooking mussels and clams. The preparation is enhanced through the use of aromatics, herbs, spices, butter, and other flavorings. Be careful not to overcook the fish. Sautéing. It is a popular method for cooking fish and shellfish. The fish can be dredged in flour just prior to cooking, which adds texture, provides colors, and helps keep the fish moist. Simmering or boiling. These are simple methods that can bring out the flavor and subtle texture of fish and seafood. Boiling is a crude method that can often overcook and damage the delicate textures of fish and seafood, but simmering is a more gentle approach that will preserve the quality of the product and the temperature is much easier to control. Unpapillote. It is achieved by wrapping fish in a folded pouch of parchment paper with vegetables, herbs, and spices. Although it is cooked in a dry oven, it is usually a moist heat method because the paper seals in the vapors and steams the fish. Storing fish and shellfish. Fresh fish. Whole fish should be stored on ice. Fillets should be kept on ice in watertight containers. From the time fish is caught to the time it is cooked and served, maintaining proper storage temperatures is critical to the quality and safety of the fish. Oysters. Store live oysters in cardboard containers in the cooler. They should be draped with seaweed or damp towels. Check oysters daily and throw out any dead ones. If the oysters have already been shocked, keep them in containers surrounded by ice on all sides. Fresh oysters should be kept for up to a week in the refrigerator. Clams. Store live clams in cardboard containers or in their original containers in the refrigerator for up to 1 week. Do not store in a sealed environment. Like oysters, they must be kept damp. Keep mussels in the refrigerator and away from light. Store them in the paper sack or cardboard box they arrived in, and keep the container damp. Scallops. Cover and refrigerate scallops. Do not place them directly on ice or they will become watery and lose their flavor. Sometimes, large sea scallops are cut into smaller pieces before they are cooked. Lobsters. Live lobsters should be stored in special saltwater tanks. They can also be kept in a cool location, wrapped in heavy, wet paper. Shrimps. Keep fresh shrimp wrapped on crushed ice and keep them frozen. For CSMA values integration, we all know that seafood can be very expensive, but it is worth the cost because it becomes a treat for us and gives us a boost of nutrients. It is a reminder for us to value our self-worth. accept who we are, and strive to become the best person we can be so that we can have the audacity to face any challenges. Thank you for watching. Bye and have a nice day.